him right now, the police chief, Hollywood Police.
Want to ask him in a minute?
Good morning. Is everyone ready?
We're ready.
Okay. This is Chief Frank Fernandez.
I'd like to say good morning, but today I come before you with a heartfelt sorrow that our exhaustive search for little Zaya has ended. And unfortunately, it did not end as we expected it with a safe recovery of Zaya. Zaya's body was found deceased inside of the household. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to recap from yesterday and take you into today's events. We know that at 11:48 yesterday morning, we received a call from the Seminole Police Department that a 3-year-old child by the name of Ahizya Osceola was reported missing from the location here on Johnson Street, the 5400 block of Johnson. We worked with many agencies yesterday, BSO. We had canines tracking with bloodhounds. We had about a 2 or 3 mile square area. We went door to door, house to house, exhausting every effort possible. We had volunteers come out. Many individuals came out to pray for the safe recovery of little Zaya. We also processed this scene yesterday, as you all know, as a criminal investigation. So we had a missing child operation taking place, as well as a criminal investigation. Late last night, during a thorough, exhaustive search of the house, we discovered the body of little Zaya in an obscured location, not readily visible to the average person. The body is being processed right now by the medical examiner and our investigators, and we are looking into this as a criminal investigation until proven otherwise. It is an exhaustive effort by our officers. They have not stopped since this call came in yesterday. They have been on scene working relentlessly to identify or find the child and identify if anyone is responsible for the incident that took place. We have an active investigation, so some of the information you may ask me today, I may not be able to release it to you readily at this point in time. As that information becomes available that does not compromise our investigation, we will certainly release it to the public. I will close off by saying that the public has provided an enormous amount of effort. Prayer services were held to ensure the safe recovery of Zaya. But again, I come to you as a chief of Hollywood with a heartfelt sorrow that unfortunately we could not deliver that our best outcome here, which is bring Zaya back alive and well. So at this point, I will open up for any questions you may have.
Do you have any signs of obvious trauma?
At this point, there's too preliminary in the investigation to identify any trauma in the body. Suffice to say, the body was found in an obscured area of the house, hidden from the eye of an average person, if you will, and even from law enforcement.
Where was it found?
I cannot reveal that at this point as part of the investigation, but again, it was found in a location that was not readily identifiable.
Could this have been the child perhaps hiding, or does it look like someone hid the body?
It was found in an obscured area, not visible to the average person looking through the house.
What time?
We are interviewing everyone that has access to the household, so we're until proven otherwise. So anyone that has access to the household are being interviewed.
Does this appear to be a murder, or is there another possibility that the child may have done something himself by accident?
Well, you must remember, obviously, the obvious thing is that we have a 3-year-old that's deceased. And when it comes to a 3-year-old, it's obviously not going to be anything of a natural death in the conditions that we found the body obscured somewhere in the house. So we are treating it as a criminal investigation until proven otherwise.
What time was the body found?
The body was found late last night.
And how many people had access to the house?
I'm sorry, can I say again?
How long do you think it was in that body?
We don't have the exact time that it was, the body was in that location as of this point. That's part of the investigation.
How many
you have
had
any help with finding the body, or did you find it on your own?
No, our detectives, in looking through and thoroughly looking through every crevice in the house, if you will, was able to find the body.
Was there something that led you back here to start looking specifically for the body?
I will remind you that we never left the scene. Our investigators have been on scene since we got the call at 11:48. Our officers have been here as well. So it's just a relentless effort until we found Zaya.
But was there information saying you need to look in the house more, or that the child had been hidden in there or something?
We did not have information. The detectives and the officers on scene were able to identify the location of the child.
Why did it take so long for somebody to call and say, hey, this child is missing?
That's part of the investigation that we're following up. We're working with the Seminole Police Department to identify any calls they may have had there and why it took so long to call the Hollywood Police
Are the
Department.
parents still cooperating with you guys?
Everyone in the house at this point that we've identified is cooperating with the investigation.
Chief Hernández, estamos en vivo para Canal 51, por favor, ¿puede decirnos lo que ocurrió en español?
Desafortunadamente hoy identificamos el cuerpo del muchacho que lo estamos buscando. A este momento esto es una investigación criminal y estamos procesando la escena en ese método. Vamos a decir que a este momento la familia está cooperando con la policía, pero estamos tratando esta escena aquí como una escena de un crimen.
¿Puede decirnos cómo sucedieron los hechos? ¿Cuándo encontraron el niño? ¿En qué condiciones lo encontraron? ¿Dónde?
El niño fue encontrado ayer por la noche. La condición a este momento no podemos decir, pues es parte de la investigación.
How many people had access to the house? You said everyone in the house is cooperating. How many people are there?
There are several people that have access to the house. We're still trying to identify as part of the investigation.
Are you looking for anyone in connection to the investigation, or do you think you have everyone that you need around?
We don't know that. This is very preliminary in the investigation, so we hold nothing back. We don't stop. We want to make sure that we identify anyone that had access to the home.
Based on where his body was found, do you believe someone placed him there or he could have gone there accidentally?
Suffice to say that the body was not, the child did not place himself in that position.
Are you identifying how many people that you're talking to in terms of, total number, 5, 6, 7 people?
I'm not going to reveal at this point. Suffice to say it's several people that we're speaking with. Okay? Thank you very much.
Chief, can you repeat that in Spanish for Univision 23?
Sure. I'll do it afterwards. Is that okay? All right, very good.
One last thing. I mean, people at home or watching this are going to say, how could it possibly be that this child was in or around that house and nobody found it for that many hours? I mean, how is that possible? I think, there's a feeling, I think, of disbelief among the public when you hear something like that. They had to have known where they took this child or somebody killed the child or something like that. How do you respond to that?
Just like you said, it's part of the investigation, so that's why our detectives are trained to follow up on those, on that intuition that you have. We want to follow up and make sure, how does that happen? How do we find a child deceased, a 3-year-old? So we will stop at nothing. Our detectives are relentless, and we're going to find every detail. We're going to identify every moment, every minute, every day that child was here and what's happened to that child. Why did he end up in the condition that he ended up with?
Did the bloodhound search the house?
The bloodhounds searched the outside of the premises. Okay. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Chief.
You're welcome.
If the kid was happy.
Ahora lo voy a hacer, dejar que se vayan ellos. Really? Can you come up for them?
There's a lady.
¿Qué cosa?
El cafecito.
¿Ah?
El cafecito verde.
No, te lo digo.
Porque a las 9:26 vamos a estar en vivo. Él va a quedarse, va a ser en español, él va a ser en español.
You got it, bud? Very weak. Yeah? Okay.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Gracias por habernos brindado la información en español. Estábamos en vivo.
¿Cómo no? ¿Quién? ¿51 23?
51-23 y él está tomando para el 41.
¿Cómo no?
Really quick, I'm gonna grab the center of your
Sure.
way, Chief. Go around that way one more, and through the green. Tangled a little bit. Sorry, here.